What is up, Starseeds? It's Sid, and if you're watching this when I posted it, then it is almost October of 2020. If you're watching this after, then there is a timeless pick a card reading, as you can see, and there's timestamps in the description, so if you'd like, you can fast forward to that card reading. If you're watching this when I posted it, then please stick around for the astrological forecast, because it is pretty interesting. So we're gonna get into it, okay? Starting October 1st, there is a full moon, okay? There's actually 2 full moons this month, one on the first day of the month and one on the last day of the month. So that is very exciting. And this first full moon on the 1st is in Aries. Okay. On October 2nd, Venus enters Virgo. So if you were kind of dreading Venus being in Leo, like this fixed, fierce sign, your relationships are going to, be more nurturing, be more earthy once Venus is in Virgo. So have some peace of mind there. And on October 3rd, this is really the first event of the month that obviously these events are going to continue into the next month. This is just the start of this propelling of change, okay? So Pluto quincunx the North Node, and Pluto is currently in retrograde in Capricorn, and the North Node is in Gemini. So what this means is basically Pluto is the planet of transformation and changes. The North Node represents what we're really meant to become this life. So this is the start, kind of more just thinking about it, of changing into who we're really meant to be this life, which is a very powerful thing and is not just going to happen overnight. So of course there's other events throughout the month and in November. Probably in December too, and the months after that, because like I said, this is like an ongoing process, but this is the first event in October. Of course, there was some in September and the months before, but first event in October that is very powerful, pushing us towards this change. And then on the 4th, this just amplifies it even more because Pluto goes direct. Like I said, Pluto was in retrograde, but Pluto is going direct in Capricorn on the 4th. So this just amplifies this push of change, okay? On October 12th, another event kind of tagging along to this is Jupiter sextiling Neptune. Okay, Jupiter is in Capricorn and Neptune is in retrograde in Pisces. There's so many planets in retrograde right now, you guys. But basically, Jupiter is the planet of philosophy, and just like I said, you're going to be thinking about this change first. You're not just going to be acting on it, okay? And Neptune is this dreamy planet that is, even more unconscious than the rest of them. As we get further out into the solar system, these planets get about more unconscious things, and this event is really just going to make us think. It's October too, so it just feels witchy right now. And yeah, that's just going to amplify it, okay? On October 13th, Mercury goes retrograde in Scorpio. So Mercury in Scorpio is like brutally honest, okay? It can be very fun, but mainly it's just brutally honest. My Mercury's in Scorpio, so I understand. And Mercury in retrograde is also just kind of brutally honest, so it's like a double whammy at first. Of course it's in retrograde, so the next sign it's going to be in is going to be Libra, which is going to be a bit easier, but we will get into that when it switches. On October 16th, there is a new moon in Libra, which is just going to be amazing energy. So before the night of All Hallows Eve, you will have 2 awesome days, the 1st and the 16th, to charge your crystals, as well as the night of Halloween itself, because like I said, there's going to be a full moon on the last day of the month too. But we've got this awesome new moon in Libra on the 16th, and then October 18th, Ceres goes direct in Aquarius, and if you didn't know, Ceres is the asteroid that represents really how we nurture, how we parent, kind of just like our thought process on that like authority and really how we handle that, how we take care of things. So yeah, on October 22nd, Vesta enters Virgo, and if you didn't know, Vesta is the asteroid that represents really just like our driving force, like what keeps us going. And Virgo is a sign that I feel like is kind of like one of Vesta's home signs, okay? Vesta's very just like Virgo-y in her energy. These asteroid names, just like a lot of the planet names, come from mythology and whatnot, so that's also kind of what helps you piece together the vibe of the asteroid or the planet and what their home sign really is. So, yeah. Also, on the 22nd, the sun enters Scorpio, just amping up this witchy energy for the month of October, which is amazing. Of course, every year in October, it switches to Scorpio from Libra, and it gives us that sign that Halloween's getting closer, that peak of like the thin veil energy is getting closer, which is just awesome every single year, thanks to the sun going in Scorpio, of course, which is like a very just like mysterious sign, but I feel like it's also just kind of mysterious because of it starting in October. So, on October 27th, Mercury retrograde enters Libra. Like I talked about a bit before, this is going to make things a bit easier for us. Of course, Mercury's still going to be in retrograde, but Libra is much more of like a loving sign, I guess we could say, and that'll make things easier for us. Also, on the same day, the 27th, Venus enters Libra, so Mercury and Venus are both going to be in Libra, which is really nice energy. Having those two planets that are closest to Earth in the same sign just makes things a little bit simpler for us. Okay, on October 29th, Jupiter quincunx the North Node. So Jupiter is in Capricorn, and the North Node is in Gemini. This is another event really amping this change, okay? Because first in October we had Pluto in the North Node, then we had Jupiter and Neptune, and now on the 29th we have Jupiter and the North Node. So really all of this like thinking and planning to just like be better, be more of our true selves it's taking us to the turn of the planet of philosophy, quincunxing, what we're really meant to become. So we're going to be thinking about this even more, really planning it out now. And if you watch the November video, these events are just going to pan out even more so, okay? Watch the November video because it's going to get amped up even more, but this is really like powerful energy pushing you to change, okay, for the better. I don't see how anyone's change that they're going to be going through in this process. Of course, some people are going to do it quicker than others. Some people are going to be more hesitant to it, of course, but in the end, this is going to be such a beneficial, positive change that is going to occur in you, okay, because it's pushing you to be what you're meant to be this life, to the North Node. Okay, and then the last event of the month, of course, the full moon in Taurus, and this is the second full moon of the month. There you have it. Don't miss out on the November video, like I said. The first event that happens is on November 3rd, and Saturn is going to be bi-quintiling the North Node. Also, Mercury goes direct that same day, so that eases your mind a little bit, but this Saturn bi-quintiling the North Node is going to be Very, very powerful. So there you have it, you guys. We are going to be getting into this pick a card reading now, okay? And I didn't want to put crystals in front of the cards, but if you'd like a little reference, these big crystals in the back, really just go to those groups. Also, if you'd like me to put these real quick, just because group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Okay? I really like picking without crystals just because I feel like it's a bit more accurate just to look at the card's energy. But, you know, the reader putting these crystals in front of the cards really just helps you pick out some as well. But we're going to put those back now. And remember, the key to picking cards is just looking quickly, and whichever ones your eyes are drawn to first is your pile, okay? These are 4 really like general groups, and it's gonna take me a minute to lay these out for you guys. So I'm just gonna start now. Feel free to fast forward, please. I definitely do not blame you for fast forwarding. So we're laying out group 1 right now. And if you're watching, I don't know, I commend you for sticking through this while I lay these out. Because I myself would probably fast forward 10 seconds, like, once or twice. You know, this was my 3rd deck that I got, actually, this Egyptian tarot deck, which I really love. Yeah. And then, what I'm laying out right now, kind of interesting, it's just a playing card deck that I use as tarot cards, because I like to do that. And I'm not even gonna show you the deck I'm laying out underneath quite yet, because it's kind of controversial. I love it. I think it's an awesome deck. You've probably seen these cards on the side before, or cards of the same deck, if you've watched my videos in the past. Okay, and we've got some astrology cards, because you can't go wrong with that. Alrighty, let's get into this reading now. I'm sorry for the glare of the light, you guys, so I guess I'm going to read off these cards real quick, just in case you can't see, because especially on this Egyptian card deck, it's just like very small wording. So, we have the Lovers, Temperance, the Star, the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Air, the Six of Swords, the Empress, the Four of Water, the Six of Wands or the Six of Fire, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Down here we have the Four of Hearts or the Four of Water or the Four of Cups, however you want to call that. The King of Clubs, which is like the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Diamonds, which is like the Ten of Fire or the Ten of Wands, Ten of Hearts, and the Seven of Clubs, which is like the Seven of Earth. Alright, and down below we have these controversial cards, okay? So if you don't like it, I guess I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. But these are, of course, they have, you know, the numbers and the suits on them, because it is like a playing card deck as well. These are both actually like weed playing card decks. But I really like them because I interpret the addiction and the sleep and the body effects and the proper dosing and the growing conditions. I like to interpret what they mean. People who, I don't know, smoke weed or whatever, are good at interpreting things like this, like into regular life, especially if you're into tarot cards and whatnot too. So that's why I wanted to include this deck in this month's reading, because I just felt like it, and I felt like the tarot cards just needed more clarification in like an oracle card way. So that's why I did that. Yeah, I'm going to read off the other cards too, and then we're going to kind of get into what all of this means. So you have the Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. The High Priest, intend and create. And Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Over here, we have just one card for your like miscellaneous objects and things deck, and it's Judiction. We're going to get into why that's the one card from that deck after we get into these astrology cards, okay? You have Uranus in the 10th house, Pisces, and Scorpio. The Pisces and Scorpio are just kind of like vibes. Maybe you're a Pisces or Scorpio or Sagittarius, honestly. I get that vibe a little bit too. But we're going to get into this, okay? This is the pile I chose most. I chose 1 for sure and a little bit of 2. Those are the ones I felt connected to. But what this means is it's judgment time, okay? So we've obviously got this situation up here, and it is making you just like contemplate, like you are really just like stuck in this situation. And I mean, we have the Lovers and like the 3 of Swords, which is kind of just like the broken heart card. So this might be about an actual relationship, or it could be like an inner battle you're having. Just, it could be with yourself, but the Lovers card makes me kind of think otherwise. We have all this like good loving energy surrounding you for sure, because we have the Empress, we have the Star, Temperance, this Temperance with the 4 of Water and the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. It's just all really kind of making me think that you're really contemplating something, you're kind of possibly waiting for something, you have all this hope towards it, and you're just kind of waiting to see how things pan out to make a decision. Down here, we have kind of similar feelings. If you're wondering how I use playing cards as tarot cards, it's really simple. Like, we actually have 2 of the same cards here. We have the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Cups, okay? So it's really not as hard as it looks at first. But we also have these 10s down here, okay? We didn't have any 10s up here. We just had really good major cards. But these 10s in the playing card deck makes me think that you're going to find fulfillment from the situation. I know up here it really ends with the 3 of Swords, so you're kind of like, oh shit. But you will find fulfillment in this, okay? Of course, we've got like the 7 of Earth. Like, that just gave me clarification on the Egyptian deck that you were really going through something, a battle, a mental battle, or a physical battle. But no, like, I definitely see this coming to a conclusion this month. Like, I feel like it kind of needs to come to a conclusion this month. Like I said, it's judgment time, and that just makes me think there's like not much time left, and you need to figure something out that you're obviously contemplating. But yeah, so getting into more of these like positive oracle cards, I mean, really I don't have anything to say about that. Just really trust your inner knowing, because I feel like you might be distracted by this situation and you're not whatever situation this might be, I want you guys to kind of interpret this. I want you to make sure you're getting enough sleep. I want you to make sure you're feeling okay. And with the growing conditions, it's just like, what situation are you putting yourself in? What is the environment you're in right now? You need to do a check on that, okay? Because I feel like wherever you are, whatever's going on in your life is maybe not so positive. Maybe there's obviously a certain issue. It might not literally be addiction, but you can interpret this for yourself. But growing conditions is a very, very powerful card. It's also a duplicate card. Obviously, there's the Seven of Earth twice. So make sure you're in an environment where you can trust and honor your inner knowing. And you have these amazing gifts, obviously. So it's just judgment time to really put those to action, okay? And then over here with the planet and the house cards, we have Uranus in the 10th house. And that is just really how unique you are and how much you are meant to succeed, okay? All these 10s. But it's really your responsibility to honor your individuality right now with Uranus. You're so unique, and you just need to let that shine, group number 1. So that's really all I had to say. I'm going to start putting these cards back in their pile, but I'm going to continue to talk to you. So obviously there was the Pisces and Scorpio card. You might be one of those signs, or you just might be embodying those vibrations right now. Obviously, Pisces is known for being very intuitive. Scorpio is just known for change and transformation, which obviously all of these groups are going through. But honestly, group number 1, you are the group that is going to have to do this the quickest, okay? Like Six of Wands also is just like very, very quick. So it's like you're contemplating, but this needs to happen quick. So yeah, you guys have such great energy. You really had like the best major cards. I don't think it was just because you were the first group. I think it really is just because you're awesome. And yeah, I wish you guys the best. Have a great month. Have a great week whenever you're going to be watching me again. And moving on to group number 2. Okay. You guys can totally fast forward to once these cards are all laid out. I do not blame you at all. I definitely would, like 10 or 20 seconds at least. It's just easier for me to do it like this instead of making the video super choppy and taking forever to edit it and taking longer to post it. I would rather just be more raw with it, more natural about it. And it also just gives me a chance to kind of talk to the people who just like felt like staying for it. So this is like definitely one of my favorite decks. It was actually the 3rd deck I ever bought, and it's an Egyptian tarot deck, obviously, if you can't tell. And I'm really sorry about the glare, you guys, but this was just the best lighting I could get, because it's getting just a bit dark to have that natural lighting. I tried it before, but I liked it with the light better because there was a natural glare coming through the window anyway. Down here, what I just laid out is actually obviously a playing card deck that I love to use as tarot cards sometimes when I feel like I should use that deck. I do. You know, it's all about trusting your intuition, which if you picked group number 2, you guys should definitely know a thing or two about. Alright, I'm not even going to show you what I just laid out because it's kind of a controversial deck for some of you guys. And over here on the side, you've probably seen this deck before if you watch my channel, because I feel called to put just a few of those in readings, quite a bit, along with this card. It's from a popular deck that I use anyways. I don't know if other people really use it. They're not popular like the like Doreen Virtue's deck or anything like that, but alright, and we've got some astrology cards over here. So, because of the glare, and because this deck likes to write in really tiny writing and you probably can't see it, I'm going to read off your cards first, and then we're going to get into it, okay, group number 2? So we have the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Air. We have the Queen of Cups, Queen of Water, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Earth, the Two of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Earth, Justice, the Wheel, the Three of Wands, or the Three of Fire, and the World. I'm so sorry for the shakiness of the camera, you guys. I'm going to read off these ones too, okay? And I'm going to show you the controversial deck now, just so you can see it. These are both actually like pot playing cards that I use as tarot cards and oracle cards. So I'm going to read off these. There's the Four of Clubs and the Five of Clubs, or Earth, Pentacles, however you want to call that. The Four of Spades, aka the Four of Air, Five of Air, and the Ten of Earth. So, down here, I'm not going to read off the suits. You can see them if you're interested. But, yeah. I like interpreting this, and we're going to get into that in a second, okay? Because if you are a weed smoker or whatever, you can probably interpret this too, if you're into tarot, what this means in actual life, okay? And over here we have these really nice oracle cards that just kind of give you peace of mind, okay? And I'm gonna read them off. We have Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. We have, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but be graceful in movement and action. I'm not the best at pronunciation. People have commented so many times, like, you're not pronouncing Celtic right, it's Celtic. Like, I can't say it, okay? That's why I pronounce it a different way, because I literally can't say it, okay? Anyway, She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. And then your one, like, I don't know what you want to call this card, like random things deck is community, okay? We're going to get into why that's so important in a minute when I kind of explain all of this. But over here we've got Saturn in the 12th house and Leo Aries vibes, okay? So really getting into this, obviously there's like a lot of queens here, even down here, if you're considering that one too. But I just get like this strong, really honestly feminine energy, okay? You could obviously be a male watching this and you're just like in touch with your divine feminine, which is like a great magical gift to have. Also with this like Mother Earth and like the She-Wolf, it just gives me lots of feminine vibes, obviously. Lots of queens. But you are just so, lots of like personality cards here with the queens. That just helps me with your personality a little bit. So I know you're like this powerful, like good energy, okay? But this Justice card, like you're really fighting for something right, you know? And you're obviously creating a change in the world, and you're putting fiery action towards this. Like, you're putting action on earth towards this. Like, there's some like hard decisions you have to make to do this, but you're doing it. Like, you're serving earth. You are building and putting action. You are thinking and putting it to action, and it's gonna come to life. It's gonna succeed. That's just how I interpret these cards. It might look weird, it might look hard interpreting playing cards if you've never done that, but it's so easy once you know tarot and once you have oracle cards to help you also on the side. But yeah, and getting into this, it's like there's a problem, okay? And you already have this plan on how to fix it, okay? Like, you have this, like, really amazing fixtures, like tinctures are, okay? Because it's like, it's kind of hard to interpret and actually explain when in your mind it makes so much sense. But there's this problem on Earth. There's this, like, debate going on Earth, and it's like, boom, you have this amazing solution that could be for anyone, that doesn't have these negative side effects, that doesn't, make you do this in a bad way. You have this, like, easy portable, like, thing you can use instead. Like, you just have a great solution for, like, either way people want to do this, and you're just, like, hybrid. It's just, like, an amazing blend of things. But, like, I feel like you have something that's good for the Earth, okay? You're bringing something to the world. You're gonna change the world with this, like, thought you have. You're gonna bring it to Earth, and it's gonna give you accomplishments. But it's not just about you, group number 2. You are the group that is, like, for other people the most. Like, other groups, it's like they have to focus on themselves this month. And I mean, what you obviously do, but it's like, no, group number 2, like, really, like, you need to, like, get into the community. Like, you need, like, a team for this. Like, you need teamwork, okay? Teamwork. Yeah, teamwork, okay? And it's for the community. Like, this thing you're doing, it's for the world, it's for the community. Like, you're just so amazing, group number 2. And over here with, like, the astrological cards, we have Saturn in the 12th house. OMG, okay? So, like, it's like you feel like this is, like, your responsibility, which honestly, group number 2, it is not at all. But it's like what you were meant to do. It really is. It's like, this is like your north node that, like, you're working towards. Like, this is who you're meant to be. But yeah, in the 12th house, this just makes me think, like, pretty much, like, it's, like, for the world. It's kind of, like, controversial, debatable, but yeah. That's really all I wanted to say. You can, like, interpret this for yourself. Obviously, there's only 4 groups, so it's a very general reading. But I did want to say, like, I pulled the Leo card and Aries card, and, like, I didn't even put I gave everyone a planet and a house. Like, not even on purpose. That's just how it happened. And I also had these, like, 2, sometimes 3 astrological cards keep popping out at me, but I just put them back in the deck until I was done with all the 4 groups. And then I was like, yeah, group number 2 had Leo and Aries. I want to put that in there so I don't forget to mention that. But those are the vibes that I just, like, get for you. I don't know if you guys are Leo or an Aries, but yeah, that fiery energy is definitely surrounded by this group. Might just be because you guys are totally, like, about to be putting things to action because you have, like, these amazing thoughts. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you for being the most concerned about other people. If you picked this correctly, I know, like, if you're just starting to watch pick a cards, it's kind of hard to, like, pick the right pile, but if you trust your intuition, it's really not hard at all. So if you picked the right group, if this resonates with you, congratulations, and thank you guys. And I hope you watch another video sometime, whenever you feel like it. Next week, next month, whenever. I will see you guys later. All right, group number 3, we've got cards flying out at me already. If you would like to fast forward to when all the cards are laid out, please feel free. I do not blame you at all, especially because this this group, you're just kind of, it's kind of hard for me to lay these out. Kind of got all out of whack for some reason, group number 3. What's going on with you? Yeah, seriously though, you can fast forward 10, 20, 30 seconds if needed. But, yeah, if you're sticking around instead of fast forwarding, hello. Thank you for listening to me talk and watch me just lay out cards, but it is definitely easier to just keep this all in one video instead of breaking it up. It might have been a minute or two shorter if I made it choppy, but it would have taken me much longer than a minute or two to edit it and like post it. It would have just taken so much longer. So this is easier for me, and it's just, yeah. I also apologize for the glare. It's just, the natural lighting was causing a glare too, so I figured I'd just add some more lighting to just make it brighter for you guys, because it is getting a little late outside. And there wasn't the best natural lighting, so that is why. Also, you can kind of see down here, this is a playing card deck that I use as tarot cards, because I feel called to do that sometimes. And yeah, I'm laying out some cards from another deck right now that are kind of controversial, so I'm not going to show them to you quite yet, just because we'll get to that when we get to that. And don't worry, I am going to read off these cards' names, just because I know, especially in this, like, this is actually the 3rd card deck I've got, this Egyptian card deck, and the names of the cards are written really tiny on them, so it is kind of hard to see, so don't worry, I will read those off for you guys. But we are almost done, so we can get into this shortly. Alright, group number 3, you guys have like a personal issue going on right now in yourself, okay? You're in like this mental battle, and I'm going to read off these cards, so hopefully you'll understand, okay? We've got the 10 of Cups, or the 10 of Water, the 3 of Cups, the Tower, which is kind of like a clarification on how you know that you're going through this, if you know what the Tower means. We also have the 8 of Swords, or the 8 of Air, and the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Water, the 7 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, aka the 10 of Earth, the Hermit, Judgment, and Strength. Okay, down here I'm going to read off these ones as well, and I will show you the controversial cards, okay? And I will explain why you got this in a minute, but here we go. You also have the Ace of Diamonds, which is the Ace of Fire, the 3 of Hearts, which is the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Water, and the Jack of Clubs, which is the Jack of Earth, okay, or Pentacles, and the 3 of Diamonds, 3 of Fire, 3 of Wands, whatever, and the 8 of Clubs, which is the 8 of Earth. I'm not going to read off the suits of these ones. You can see we've got like some double cards going on here, but yeah. I'm going to read off you these oracle cards on the side, which are really just like clarifiers, and just like nice messages to hear. So, Winter, take care of your needs, and take care of your needs like during this time, okay? Because obviously you're going through this like right now, okay? Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Okay, and Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. Over here we have expectation, which I feel like is kind of definitely, that's just kind of the root of this like mental funk that you're going through, group number 3. Okay, I don't know if you guys are very familiar with astrology. I feel like kind of out of all the groups, you might be the least familiar with it for some reason, but I will explain it for you. So you have Jupiter, and in the 8th house, which the 8th house is like the ruler of Scorpio, so it has to do with change and transformation, which obviously all 4 of these groups are going through just because of these energies that we're going to be going through in October or whenever you feel called to watch this video. And then over here on the side, we do just have like some signs, and this is actually the only group that there was an earth sign and an air sign, and it wasn't 2 of like the same element. So you might be a Taurus, you might be an Aquarius watching this. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Anyways, we are going to get into what this means, okay? So I feel like, first off, don't feel like, oh, I picked the group where I'm going through this mental funk. Like, no, I'm just being brutally honest, okay? That's why you watch this reading, right? To get a message. And this is the message that you need, group number 3. Don't feel like you picked the worst group, because you didn't. You're strong. You're the only group that got the strength card. You're the only group that got this major call to like go more within themselves, which everyone is meant to do during this time, and it's the perfect time to do this, okay? Quarantine, lockdown, whatever. You have the time to go in and do this personal work, and of course it's going to succeed. It's going to give you emotional success in the end, okay? And there's going to be like a battle with this, okay? And it's not going to be that easy, but you're going to succeed, okay? Down here we just have we have, okay, there's another duplicate of cards, but you're meant to like express yourself. You're meant to really be honest with yourself. You're meant to take care of your needs. You're meant to like just be open to information, okay? And you're going to heal yourself with this information. You need to drop your expectations, okay? I feel like maybe expectations might literally just be like the root cause of this. This is a general reading, so you know what I'm talking about when I say it. I'm not going to list off the 500 things it could be, but you know what I'm talking about. You're the one who picked this group. And down here, this is just an option, okay? So I know some of you guys are kind of like, what the heck? She has all of this info on marijuana in some of these cards. Well, if you don't smoke, out of any of the groups, definitely you guys are like the only one that I would really like just kind of recommend this to based on like the cards I pulled. But literally all of these cards are just like the most informational cards in the deck. There's like a picture of a plant, there's explanations of terpenes and all of this stuff. Maybe grow some weed if you'd like, okay? I don't know where you guys live, what the legalization status is, but here in Michigan, anyone over the age of 21 can grow 12 plants. So if it's legal for you, I recommend doing that and trying that. And if you can also walk into any recreational dispensary and get some concentrates or some bud. And this is how you dab, my friends. So you can take a screenshot of that if you'd like. I'm not going to explain it to you, but that's an option, because obviously you are going through this mental battle. It's going to be kind of tricky. Like, we have like this judgment card, and sometimes that can just put a lot of pressure on people. But really, as well as the Tower, that just means like there's this situation going on. It might not just be like a mental battle. There might literally be like a physical situation that is just causing you to have expectations, and it's just kind of stressing you out a little bit. But you're like really cool, okay? You're like the funny, cool person who picked group number 3, okay? But yeah, I just had to give you that little message of a possible suggestion. You can pick that up or leave it there if you'd like, but I had to suggest it, okay? There's really not much else I want to say to you guys, except that if you allow yourself to go through this, it's obviously gonna bring you fulfillment, okay? And you're strong enough to do it. You just need to be open to different things, okay? I feel like you guys are probably the most closed off to stuff. I get that vibe strongly from you guys, but you just need to be open, and by being open, you just need to listen to yourself, and that's really gonna guide you in the correct way, okay? Getting into these astrological cards, so if you don't know what Jupiter means, if you don't know what the 8th house means, it means like that change, which I mentioned before. But Jupiter is about philosophy, so that change is going to be in your philosophy. It's going to be mental. It's going to also just bring you blessings in the end, because Jupiter is just like the planet of blessings. But yeah, I'm going to start picking these up, you guys, because that's pretty much all I got to say for you. But listen to that, you know? If you don't want to listen to the reading, it's fine. It's just a suggestion, just for entertainment purposes. But yeah, it's about a philosophy change for you guys. Everyone's going to go through this, especially in October or whenever you feel called to watch it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you'd like, you can join me next week for a video on a completely different topic, or next month for another one of these. And I know you guys are going to get through this battle good, because you are very, very strong personality. So have a great week / month. And getting into group number 4. So it is going to take me a few seconds to lay these cards out for you guys. If you'd like to fast forward like 10 or 20 seconds, kind of highly recommend. But if you'd like to just stay and watch me put these cards out, that is totally fine too, because I will talk to you a little bit while I do it. I apologize for the glare, but there was like a natural glare anyway, so I figured I'd just turn the light on so you can see things a bit better. Yeah, like I said, there's lots of cards to lay out, so feel free to fast forward again. But anyways, this card deck was actually the 3rd card deck I got. It's an Egyptian deck, if you can't tell. I feel like it's kind of obvious, but if you didn't know, that's totally cool. Down here, this is obviously a playing card deck that I choose to use as a tarot deck. And that might seem kind of hard for you guys, but it's really not. It's super simple. Like, the 8 of Diamonds is just like the 8 of Wands or the 8 of Fire, you know? So when you feel called to use a playing card deck, use a playing card deck, and you honestly won't regret it. Over here, you've probably seen this deck before if you watch my channel and you watch my readings. They're just nice, kind of like affirming cards for you guys to give you nice messages. This card, you've probably seen cards in that deck before as well. It's just like the deck of miscellaneous things that really better helps me understand the group and just get the full energy on it. Over here, we've got some astrological cards that are always great. But yeah, I'm going to read these cards off for you guys because there is a glare, and also just because on the Egyptian deck, they like to write really small what the title of the card is. So, group number 4. By the way, amazing group here. Okay, obviously great fortune. But here we go. I'm going to read off your cards for you guys. So, we have the Ace of Cups / the Ace of Water, the 2 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles or the King of Earth. We have the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Fire, and we have the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Air, the Hierophant, the 9 of Air, the 2 of Water, the Emperor, and the 8 of Wands. Okay, over here we've already got some like duplicates going on if you didn't notice, but that's why I like doing this too, because like if you get 2 of a different deck, that just means obviously those cards were meant to be there and you did a good job picking the first deck. So yeah, we've got the Eight of Diamonds slash the Eight of Fire slash the Eight of Wands, whatever you want to call it. The Two of Water, the Two of Earth, the Three of Earth, and then the Queen of Fire. So, down here, I didn't even tell you guys about this deck before because it's kind of controversial. And I'm going to explain what this means, okay? People who smoke weed can probably, like, interpret if they do that, as well as know some things about tarot. They can kind of interpret what that means in real life. But yeah, over here, I do want to show you guys these oracle cards and read them off for you too. So we have Drum, Dream and Journey, Sage, Be Devoted and Committed, and Moon, Take Note of Intuitive Messages. So you guys are probably the most intuitive group, okay? And this was kind of similar to group number 2, but you guys are more like about, I don't want to say about yourselves, but I'm going to say the transformation you're going through is within yourself to really like have you succeed, okay? It's really about you succeeding. And over here, very powerful, the North Node in the first house. So the first house is like the ascendant. It's how you come off to the world. So you are going to be embodying what you're meant to be. Like, that's just amazing, okay? Obviously, you can see we have Gemini and Libra, and those are just kind of, I mean, you might be a Gemini or a Libra, or that might just be that airy vibe about this group. You know, when I think of air, I think of, like, intelligence and success. Obviously, like, communication, but just, yeah. Also kind of airy vibes, too, in this group. Maybe just because, like, of all the creative energy going on here. But, yeah, we're gonna get into this, okay? So, you guys are, like, you're doing something big. Something very, very big that's obviously going to lead to great success. But, what are the vibes about this, okay? So, this might be, like, a challenge of morals or something. That, like I said, it's a general reading, so this is going to be different for everyone, and when I say it, you're going to know what it means for you. But, I mean, all of these cards are great. There's just a little bit of anxiety about this, because it's a big move, okay? And, I'm sorry, I'm like, oh, this is so powerful, but we have the Eight of Fire 3 times in all the tarot decks there is. I didn't even read these off just because, like, I don't focus on the number and the suit of these cards as much. I focus on what it says a lot more. But, yeah. You guys are just, like, the most powerful group. You really are. And, you're bringing something to earth, okay? So, you have this plan, and it's going to require some other people helping you too, I feel like, but really, it's you, possibly other people too, but really in the end, it's you that's going to benefit from this, and it's a good thing. It's not like it's anything selfish. It's just setting you up, like, for life, okay? Like, we have this Queen of Fire energy. We have this King of Pentacle energy. You guys, it's just gonna be awesome. Okay, I'm gonna explain kind of how this has to do with it too, because this helped me understand you guys a lot. Okay, there's like I don't know what it is. This is what kills me about this group, because I don't know what, like, this is, but hopefully you guys can interpret that, and please leave it in the comments for me, because I'm very curious. But so we have strains, arthritis, topicals, other cannabinoids, and the entourage effect. So it's not like an actual effect, it's more of like a theory, you know. So please explain to me what this means in your life if you are intuitive and know what this means. But anyways, you guys, like, there's an issue. It's possibly like just a minor issue with yourself that you totally know how to treat, and you treat it in a good way. You have all these like options, and you know how to pick the best one. And yeah. I really like it when people interpret their own cards, because this group is also the most general, okay? This group is just like, congratulations, you picked the group of like the most success to come soon. But really, it's like, it's not just going to be handed to you, you guys. Like, you're going to have to work for this, actually, like, very, very hard. But if you learn these intuitive ways, if you continue to practice these intuitive things, that's how you're going to get it, okay? You're not just going to automatically embody what you're supposed to be this life. It's not going to be that easy. But if you use your mind with this, use your intelligence, because you guys are really the most intelligent group. And if you're watching this and you're like, no, I'm really not, then maybe this message was meant for you to get later in life, because it's obviously going to be a big transition. It's probably going to take the longest out of any of the 4 groups for you guys to embody this, but it's coming. So be prepared and listen to your intuition to get it, you guys. I'm going to start picking the cards up, but that's really all I wanted to say. Like, it's going to be emotional for you guys. It's going to be, you're going to have to take a lot of action for this, but it's really going to pay off in the end, you know? Yeah. Like, there's definitely some weird thing that's probably like out of your power, honestly, that you guys are gonna have to fight to get to this, but it's gonna pan out in the end. So don't let it cause you too much anxiety, because I think you guys know you're very powerful and can handle it. So if you are gonna watch me next week or next month, that is great. I wish you guys all lots and lots of love and light, and the hybrid children are coming soon.